right now I'm riding a bus, but it's not the bus I'm looking for. This is a 66 bus that goes to Cheney, where we've been before, and this is a elongated bus. Looks pretty empty right now, but because it's going to university, it can get very full at certain times of the day, probably unpredictably. But this is not the bus I'm looking for, but I'm giving this for comparison for the bus I will be taking back from Cheney. And in case I missed this in my Cheney video, this is the type of terrain and settlements this bus is going through on the way to Cheney. That will be important. And like I said, this goes to a university, which sometimes can be very busy, a little bit more than a dozen miles outside of Spokane. But the place in between, this might not look like the type of town. This is Four Lakes that needs a elongated bus. More on that in later. This platform is Eagle Station of ESU. I just got off this bus, which is now out of service. This was the 66. The 6 and 66 share most of their route. Besides, the 6 goes into town and stops at K Street Station. And that's actually where I'm going to go, even though the campus of EWU is very nice. And that's where I'm finally going to see, I hope, the bus I'm looking for. Oh, here we are. I don't know if they're going to wait for a while, but I'm going to jump on the bus. So this is K Street Station. More importantly, that is an Alexander Dennis Enviro500 double-decker bus. It's kind of a funny place to find a double-decker bus because this bus is found in Hong Kong, Dublin, Quebec City, and of course between Spokane and Cheney. But that's specific to there being a university here and this being a place where there's a lot of boardings and not a lot of disboardings or boardings between here and Spokane. Not a lot of people are getting on and off in Four Lakes. So it makes sense because you know, if you have a half-hour ride, climbing the stairs isn't a problem. If you're getting on and off every block, then it is. This triple axle bus, you can see there's 3 axles, so pretty heavy, but not like sextuple axle or something. Is 14 feet of clearance, or 13 feet 6 inches of clearance, which actually there is a underpass that I think we're going through that's 14 feet. So we'll see how that works. But they did that on purpose. And you know what I don't know, but I should know, whether this is diesel or battery. I'll probably put that in the description. And he said there was a 10-minute layover. Also, as I understand it, these buses are currently serving the 6 route, but also the 66. There's like a number of routes, and they all pretty much go between Spokane and Cheney, but some are express routes to different places. And the 66s I saw were all the old elongated buses I rode in on, and the 6 buses I saw all were double-deckers. So I don't know if there's a schedule or pattern to that, but yeah, there it is, and that's why I came here, because I want to take this. I didn't want to take just the normal 66 back. I want to take it from the end of its route. And as you can see, its route does end out in a pretty empty place, and that's going to be one of the points, and I'll see more footage as I get on it. So here it is on top. As you can see, there's ample room here. And not much else is going on, I hope. This here explains why we have to have a double-decker bus. It was empty coming in, but look how many people we have waiting for the bus, so it does justify itself. This is also just 1 p.m. on a Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday, so not even the most rush hour, most crowded time.
At best.
So we are proceeding slowly through Cheney. many stops we're going to have are Four Lakes, and then the West Plains Transit Center. And not a lot of people are probably going to be getting off on or off in Four Lakes, maybe some in West Plains. I guess we'll see. As you can see, we're just going down a highway, and a lot of nice views out these big windows. Not a lot to say, and it's a smooth ride too. Might be able to take a nap, who knows. Really not a lot to say.
65, 66, and 633. This bus continues as Route 6 to downtown Spokane.
We are crossing Leda Creek back into the center of Spokane, and we'll be back at the Spokane Transit Center in a couple minutes after we pass under the bridge. As you can see, or maybe not, we still have some clearance there. Oh wait, now this is the narrow clearance, but we didn't get can opener.
Go ahead and start coming.
Now, normally this would continue to the University District, where the other EWU and WSU and Whitworth campus are over there. We went there on the video. One thing I was curious about, would have been interesting to get footage of, is also there's a lot of these pedestrian overpasses, sky bridges, and how it deals with those. Anyway, kind of underwhelming, I mean, which is what you want from a bus. Other than a guy tried to start a fight with me because he thought I was recording him before I got on. And then on the bus, I wanted to be polite, so I did get a couple videos that showed it was being used, but didn't get a lot of it on there. So basically, it's just a normal bus ride. About it being well used, a lot of times you'll hear criticism, a lot of times from people who never ride a bus, that they're empty, blah, 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 to waste the money. And sometimes it is. We've certainly seen that. We saw that on the way there. But sometimes that's just the time of day in the schedule. But it was really busy. And that was specifically the university bus. So I don't know a lot about the technicalities of it. People who know more about transit planning could tell me what the real difference is between a double-decker bus and a elongated bus. Double-decker bus certainly has nice views up there, interesting ride, but I don't think it's like a total game changer. But maybe sometimes it is, because it can carry a lot of people, and that university, especially at certain times, has a lot of students getting off. And the further backstory of that, which I can't explain all of, a lot of that is probably the impetus for this service and spending money on transit comes from political interests in the Puget Sound area, but we get the money in Spokane, part of the climate change legislation, stuff like that. But in any case, that's a longer story. So we have a double-decker bus in Spokane, and now I'm going to have to come down because I'm just going to have to take a normal bus home. But I hope you like seeing the double-decker bus and share your thoughts.